Good morning, you guys. Before we start this video, let me go get my coffee and make my bed because it looks a mess. And we're going to talk about, if you are considering locks, please watch this video. Please watch this video if you are considering locks. But let me go get my coffee and I'll be back. Y'all, we got our coffee. I love it. I have been loving my coffee combination. If you want to see what I put in my coffee, go to my TikTok. I will link it right here for you to check it out. I made a TikTok on what I do to make my coffee at home. I spend probably $30 a month on my coffee supplies, and I make coffee every single day. So if you are new here, my name is Chantel and I make videos on locks, lifestyle, and faith content. So I would love to have you. So subscribe if you want to become one of my peoples and you can enjoy the content that I do put out on my channel. Let's get straight into it, because if you are here, you are considering getting locks. You are considering getting locks. You are considering getting locks. And a lot of people do not talk about the pros and the cons and the good and the bad associated with getting locks. Yes, the overall goal is to have long, healthy hair, but sometimes your journey will be different than someone else, and it will be based on a couple of factors. And these are factors that I'm going to mention in this video, because I really believe that I have to sneeze. Hold on, y'all. Okay. I really believe that if you are getting locks or have already got locks, to consider these things so that you can make the transition easy on yourself. And it's not talked about enough in the lock community. It's not talked about enough in lock community. I'm gonna make another video of some YouTubers that I would follow while I'm on my lock journey, including myself, but some other YouTubers that you can find inspiration from, encouragement from, so that you can embrace your lock journey. So stay tuned for that next video. Coffee break. So the first thing I want to talk about is texture of hair. There is, y'all, who is texting me? I'm sorry, y'all, hold on. My daughter left the house to go to the gym, so okay, so she should not be calling us anymore. So you have to consider the texture of your hair. Your texture of your hair will play a part in also your growth. That ties together with, I wrote it down here for y'all, so that ties together with your texture and your growth. There are different types of textures of hair, and I'm going to stick with the black community, and that is a 3A, a 3B, a 3C, a 4A, a 4B, and a 4, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's 4G. So there are different textures of hair that certain textures grow differently. Can we agree on that? And all hair is healthy hair. I advocate for healthy hair. If you want long, luxurious locks, focus on the roots of your hair. Focus on the roots, because that will help you achieve long, healthy hair. But consider your texture. If you don't know your texture, I will actually go to a stylist, or I would ask, I mean, everyone has a friend that does hair. That's a stylist. Everyone does. So I would ask where that coffee good? I would ask my friend or anyone who's a stylist, and I would say, hey, what type of texture you think I have for my hair? Then I would start looking for people who have my texture hair, because a lot of times people will see your hair and they would say, oh, I want locks to look like that, not understanding that their texture play a part in that. So look at the type of texture that you have in your hair before you get locks, because it will determine the growth of your hair. Okay, that's the first thing. Second, growth. Everyone's hair grows differently. Everyone hair has a different like speed, a different way of growing, and with locks you never know how your hair is going to grow out. Now I was fortunate enough that my front and my back are actually really the same length, and grows at the same type of speed. I do have a healthy hair regimen. I am considering coming out with an oil line. That is something that I am praying about and I'm considering. I have come up with my own healthy hair regimen, and I think that's what plays a part in it. A lot of people don't discuss having a healthy hair regimen will contribute to your growth. Some people are like, oils don't work, shampoos don't work, deep conditionings don't work, and I'm like, hey, you're entitled. You're entitled to how you feel about locks and oils. Some people, like most men, don't put oils in their hair and their hair grows. Some women have to put oils in their hair. I mean, it's several factors that contribute to your hair growth. So if one of the biggest factors is what you eat, with me and the different people who heads I have done throughout the years, they have considered some of the suggestions and they have putting it into their routine, and their hair has growth. From my sisters to my friends to my colleagues, white people, black people, they're like, wow. I'm like, baby. So it really does work, and that's something that you want to consider is, okay, so I know my texture, I know the growth of my hair through the years. Look back at some of your pictures. Don't talk about when I was a teenager, my hair, baby, don't do that. Okay, so excuse me, think about that when you are considering or on your lock journey. Your growth will not look the same for everyone, okay? And then thirdly, there are different sizes of locks. You have the big ones, you have the small one, you have sister locks, you have freeform locks. What lock style is going to fit where you're going? A lot of times people get locks for like right now, and they don't think about 6 years from now. They might do it for a fashion statement. They might do it because their boyfriend have it. They might do it because it looks cool, it looks fun. But I started my locks in college, and I knew what my career path was going to be. Well, I thought I knew what my career path was going to be, and God said, baby, no. So I was not upset with my hair growth and texture as I started my lock journey, because I realized that my hair was different from everybody, but everyone that I was around. But I was able to maintain my own hair. I was able to keep it up, and it flourished on its own. So that's one thing that you have to consider is the different types of locks that you're going to get. If you are, and I'm not going to tell you that you can't have freeform locks and be a lawyer. You can't have sister locks and do this. I'm not saying that. I am not saying that. Disclosure, I am not saying that. What I am saying to you is consider the type and the size of locks that you want. Because right now you could be making $50 an hour, and you can pay $200-300 to get your hair done. But what happens if the economy crash? Are you gonna be able to do your hair? What are you gonna be able to keep your locks up? So, and you know what? Consider those things when you are getting locks. That's all I'm saying, is considering, you know, the texture, the growth, and the type of locks that you want. Hold on, y'all. The size of locks that you want. Because when I got these size, he changed them when they were small, and we were able to, he taught me how to do my hair. He showed me how to do my hair, my texture of hair. He showed me, and then eventually it took off, and I took off doing my own hair. I have not had no one touch my hair in probably, I'm going to say 8 years, because I have had my hair colored once. And I can really say 9 years, because someone just did my hair one time, the coloring, and that was a flop. Then the second time, the first 2 times, I did my hair like 3 or 4 or 5 times in the beginning, first year of my hair. And then it could be more than that. And then I just kind of took off and did my own hair. So consider the size of locks that you are getting, and is this something that I'm going to be able to maintain? Is this something that I can do on my own with no help from someone else? A lot of people cannot do their hair. A lot of people go to locticians for convenience because they want the locks, but they don't want to do their hair. Then they go and they have any and everybody playing in their hair. And let me tell you something. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say it very clear. We wrestle against spirits and not flesh and blood. So you don't know if that person is from the United States. You don't know what practices they do at home and they bring to the shop. You don't know what they're putting in your hair. And you don't know. You just know that, hey, I want this style. Hey, I want this length. Hey, I want to do all these things, and not knowing who you have playing in your hair. So find you someone that you trust and someone that can help you when it comes to picking the size of your locks, considering the types of locks you're going to get, because it's not just one size locks. There's different sizes, and I will list some of the sizes here for you and the different types of locks for you to consider before you start your lock journey, because to me it's a commitment. And a lot of people look at it like, and I mean, disclosure again, I'm not saying my way is the right way. I'm giving you something to consider when you're doing locks, when you're getting locks. Okay. 4. Coloring your locks. A lot of people color their locks in the beginning stage, and they then wonder why my locks are brittle, my locks are broken, my locks are all over the place. They wonder why are my locks not growing? What is going on? Oh my God, what did I do? If you over process your hair, like anything is going to fall out. You're putting the ammonia, you're putting peroxide on your locks, and your hair is going to fall out. My suggestion to you in the beginning stages of your lock journey, do not color your hair for the first 5 years. Color your hair before, but it's going to grow out to your natural color. My natural color is a sandy brown, and I think my natural color is brown or black now after all these years. I dye my hair once a year. Once a year I dye my hair blue black. I don't sit out in the sun, because being in the sun can also change the color of your hair. So I don't try to be out in the sun with my hair too much. Even though I live in Florida, I don't try to be out in the sun too much, if you know what I mean. I go where I gotta go and I come back home. I do love the beach, but when I go to the beach, I always have some type of umbrella or something like that. So just consider those things when you are getting your locks, because your locks will be, remember, you're taking the hair and you are weaving it together. You are twisting it together. Some people do the lash hook method. Some people do interlocking. Me, I do the twist. I just recently got my hair interlocked this year, and actually this month. I'll probably be doing it once a year. I don't think interlocking is for me. I do like how it helped my roots, and my roots were not so frizzy, but I also miss my roots being frizzy. So, and I've never had no one else interlock my hair. My friend, she did it for me. Her locks are beautiful. So I trusted only her to do my locks, but it definitely made like a big difference in my hair. But I think once a year will be good for me because of the texture and the size of my locks. That's why. But coloring, yeah, I'm sorry, y'all, hold on. Okay, so now that they're gone, you want to consider your coloring. If you color your hair while it is growing, you're going to have damaged locks. Now, there are some people who I see on TikTok and YouTube in the lock community that are platinum blondes, that are red, and I see that their locks are growing and they take good care of their hair. So I'm not going to push you towards saying don't do it. I'm just saying consider it, because everything has a price point associated with it. So how much is it going to cost to maintain this? Do I have this in my budget? Do I have the person who is going to be available to do it to me for me when my roots grow out? How fast do my roots grow out? How often am I going to color my hair? I use Revlon from Walmart. I have tried trying to get it from Target, and Walmart has the best price point, buck for my dollar. So I go to Walmart. But you have to consider those things when you are locking your hair, coloring. And last but not least, number 5, styling your locks. You have to really realize that all of these styles are cute, honey. I have seen the pineapples, the this, the that, and I'm like, baby, I love it. I want that. I want that. I want it. These women be getting their hair done left and right. I want it, and I love it. I love those styles. But I also realize that it's a lot of tension and manipulation being done to your hair, and that can also stunt your growth at your roots. You're constantly twisting, pulling, and that can stunt your growth at your roots. So you have to consider that. You have to consider the styles. And like I said, some of these stylists be putting so much tension in your hair. I be seeing people in video where their eyebrows be pulled back. Their hair is just like, I can look at the lock along, like the lock. I can look along here and see that it's breaking off up in here. I can see the roots. It's just so much tension. I just be wanting to say, girl, take your hair down and leave it alone. But you guys, these are my suggestions to consider when you are locking your hair. Locks are beautiful. There's so many things you can do to them. I've set on probably 3 signature looks. I used to do the bob locks, but they were just entirely too heavy for me, and I didn't like the bob touching my face. Now the bob eats down every time, but I like my curls. I will do curls twice a month if I want to. I do my hair once a month, but sometimes if I have somewhere to go or something to do, I will rewash my hair and twist my hair and do it again. That's me. That's the joy of being able to do your own hair. But locks give you freedom. Locks set you apart. Locks are beautiful. I wouldn't change it for the world. I wouldn't change it for the world. And sometimes when I look back over my journey, it's like me and my locks, I kind of rediscover who I am. I rediscover the things that I like and the things I don't like about me, because I don't have to spend so much time on my hair. And as a Black woman, our hair, is a statement piece in its own. It's a statement piece in its own. So having locks, it's afforded me to be able to focus on other things about myself that I need to change, that I want to improve, or anything. So welcome to the family. I'm glad you are here on your lock journey. I'm glad you have decided to have locks. Take the plunge. Don't play the comparison game. Your hair will grow. Leave it alone. But your hair will grow. If you want more content about my locks, follow me on TikTok. That is where I post videos probably 2 or 3 times a day. YouTube's, I do videos once or twice a week. But welcome to the family. Embrace your locks. They're going to grow. And before you know it, you wake up, you be like, girl, my hair is getting on my nerves. It is heavy, but I wouldn't change it for the world. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to stay pretty and stay busy. And bye, you guys. Trying to stop for a sign. The reason why